What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 482 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 7 of NGW, the place where the future stars of CMV are shaped. As always, a great looking card. Sorry, got a little bit of a little bit of something in my throat there, and hiccup. But what up, Z? And we are getting things underway, guys, with a little bit of ring time for the personification of perfection. Chase Matthews going to have the opportunity here to kick things off for us, as he apparently has got something on his mind he wants to share with the NGW Universe. Of course, it was last week, episode 6, that he debuted and after a great matchup to the also debuting Shane Ridley. So perhaps that rubbed Matthews the wrong way. What up, Soul? So Chase Matthews apparently, guys, has got something that's been lingering at the forefront of his mind this past week. As much as he would like to be out here giving the fans there, something is taking his attention away. Great hiccups there. Jeez Louise. Oh, and look at that. I gotta take a little bit of a guess here that the person he's talking about is none other than Shane Ridley. Chase Matthews saying somebody's been bad-mouthing him and his fans. So there it is, Chase Matthews sending the invite to Shane Ridley to come out here so Chase Matthews can put him in his place. Time to find out if Ridley will answer the challenge, and here he comes. The old school Shane Ridley. These hiccups are very fun right now. Chase Matthews seeming maybe a bit surprised that Shane Ridley so quickly answered the challenge. It's as though Ridley, after defeating Chase last week, has been having some fun in the locker rooms, talking a whole lot of that crap about the personification of perfection. Let's see what Ridley has to say. Oh my goodness. Shane Ridley, bit of savagery, saying the collective sigh of the CMV Universe. Thankful that he is saving them here from listening to Chase Matthews any longer. Taking those shots right away. Chase Matthews not having any of it. So the bickering between these two seems to have boiled down to making fun of how the other speaks. I never call somebody else a car alarm. A baby crying next to a car alarm. Shane Ridley not too happy about that, it would seem. So Shane Ridley now thought that Chase Matthews was just having a little bit of a giggle, calling him out here. Ridley saying, you better be joking if you're serious. You just got yourself into a world of trouble. Matthews not backing down, though. Oh, savagery right there. Chase Matthews, the only joke out here is you, Shane, a rematch. Saying, I'll deliver the punchline. Get it? Punchline out of the word punchline. Comedic abilities by Chase Matthews there. Wow, so Shane Ridley saying that he seemingly wants to pet project out of Chase Matthews, wants to mold him into an actual superstar, saying that he feels as though he's failed him. Oh man, Chase had just about enough of Shane Ridley talking him down. Better take that bass out your voice. The personification of perfection is getting heated up here, guys. Look at those hand movements getting right in Ridley's face. Shane Ridley's like, what is this guy doing? Oh, and Shane! Enough talk. by Shane Ridley clotheslining Chase Matthews. Apparently, the back and forth was just about enough for Ridley, but Chase Matthews now back to his feet, forearm smash. A little bit of a rematch from last week. These hiccups are so bad right now. Matthews taking down Ridley, making him pay for that cheap shot with a rotation neckbreaker. Now brings Ridley up to his feet. Things are not going to end well here. Nice roll to the side of the head. Ridley getting absolutely whooped right now by the personification of perfection, and Matthews doesn't seem to be done either. Irish whip right out of the ring. No pullback. Tack into a short arm clothesline. Matthews getting the better of Ridley here, guys. Bottom one knee and a punch to the top of the head, and then a DDT, but Shane Ridley's having none of it. Where's security? We got to break things up between these two. Big punch to the back of the head, punch to the gut. Now back and forth they go. This is not a sanctioned match. And Zaguri dropping Ridley like a sack of stones. Still they're going at it. Still nobody's breaking this up. Hurricane Rana now by Matthews. Then a big clothesline of his own. And finally, we get a referee down here to separate these two. Hopefully some more security down here to break things up. Trying to get rid of my my freaking hiccups there, but it didn't really work. What a... But yes, indeed. Now, guys, the ring has been cleared. Security breaking up. Shane Ridley and Chase, words between them, turning into a pretty nasty... But now the actual show getting started as the ruthless prodigy Jeremy Baltimore makes his way to the ring. A huge opportunity for Baltimore indeed, as he's set to go one-on-one in a non-title matchup with the NGW champion Jay Money. First time that Money is in action since winning the championship 2 weeks ago, defeating Gary Reed in the finals of the NGW championship tournament. And of course, we find out last week that Jay Money's first defense in 2 weeks on NGW episode 9, when he defends the belt against his own tag team partner and the prodigal Ryan Riley. Of course, Ryan Riley got himself last week over the debuting Rico Lopez, so now he's going to try to keep his unbeaten streak alive. Night of action indeed, guys. Tonight's main event, the championship will be defended. Nicholas Hemmerling putting the belt on the line against Cam Harris, who of course last week won that 8-man of the top rope battle royal to earn the opportunity. And here he comes, the Prophet, with the NGW championship in tow, slowly making his way to the ring. And look at that, look who's behind him there on the stage. None other than his #1 contender, Ryan Riley. A little bit of a Prodigal Profits reunion. Seems like Riley either out here to show there's no animosity between them and support Jay Money, or to scout out Money, try to get into his head a little bit. No doubt the match between Riley and Money is going to be a great one. Right now, J Money got to be focused on that man in the ring, Jeremy Baltimore. Also tonight, guys, we're going to have Anarchy Rules action as Joey Diaz and Dylan Vincent step in the ring against each other one last time to finish things between them. And a whole lot more, including the debut of TZ Mass. Very excited in our co-main event. He's taking on Caleb Finch. Oh my God, these six apparently are never going to go away. Here we go, guys. First matchup, RB Baltimore, J Money, non-title matchup, but definitely a nice look here on Money. Shaved his head, new attire. I'm like, Baltimore doesn't really care about the look, though. Immediately charging Money as soon as the bell rings. Putting him face first down to his knee now, and I spun the champion with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. I don't know where everybody is today. Apparently Thursday prime time slot is not exactly a good time for a lot of people. And we're going to get some lag. Wow, today's stream is just going really well so far. Nice move there by Jeremy Baltimore, slamming the back of Money's head down onto his knee. The head seems to be the target of the Ruthless Prodigy so far. As now he locks in a modified crossface. Money not looking to stick around in it for very long, though. Maneuvering himself to get off a knee to the back of the head. Then a straight punch to the back up to his feet. The champion staggering a bit as he walks right into an uppercut. Jeremy Baltimore now reeling him into a front headlock, rush leg sweep, expertly executed. Where's MLP though? That's the question. Woo! Big spine busted to see Ryan Riley there with his arms crossed, acting not too impressed. Trip up by Baltimore, gets himself back into control. The question is, can he keep it that way? He's got to know that a win here over the champion would boost him right up the rankings, perhaps even make him the next #1 contender. As look at that. Vicious by Jeremy Baltimore, putting J Money's arm behind his back and then Russian leg sweeping him. Grabbing that same arm and just unloading some stiff boots to the chest and a big old forearm smash to the side of the head. Hello, Hiccups. Welcome back. And a tweet here, guys, from Harvey Hastings says, enjoy that NGW championship, but know that it will never be worth the price of the CMV Undisputed Championship. I don't think anybody was really thinking that the NGW title was on the same level as the Undisputed Championship, but nice for Harvey Hastings to remind us as J Money sends Jeremy Baltimore right down on top of Ryan Riley. That had to have been on purpose. Now J Money, I thought for a second there he might go for a moonsault. We're going to be a little bit shocked there. Don't know that he wants to risk injury heading into his title match. Now look at this right in front of Ryan Riley, surely sending a message. My God, the back of Jeremy Baltimore right into that steel security wall. The shouts of agony by Baltimore echoing throughout the arena here, but still he gets back to his feet with a fight through the pain, and what a super kick right on the button. Body drop now. Guys, we're at a count of 5. Keep in mind that in the NGW title match in 2 weeks between Ryan Riley and J Money, Money will have the champion's advantage. He can retain on a qualification. 7 here for this non-title match. She's going to bring Baltimore back into the ring. Baltimore's ready for him, though. Knee to the face. I love that lag is back. So excited. I haven't had it in like over a month, and now it's returning. That's great. That's fun times. Irish whip now to the outside. Again, Jeremy Baltimore, though. This time Ryan Riley nearly gets dumped on top of. Good Lord. And now Jeremy Baltimore making pit for slamming him into the barricade earlier. Over and over again. Baltimore not finished either. Face first. Good Lord, the viciousness between. I guess there's a reason they call him the Ruthless Prodigy. J Money doesn't seem all too phased, though, shaking the cobwebs as Ryan Riley keeps his distance, not wanting to risk a disqualification. Another super kick by Baltimore. End of this matchup, J Money's jaw going to be hanging on by a thread. Count of 7 once he turns to the ring, and hopefully it stays there now. Hopefully Jay Money did not underestimate Jeremy Baltimore. Needed the face now by the NGW champ. You guys up next after this, Jaden Shadow. Going to be going one-on-one with Mr. Extreme. Both of them coming off that loss in the Battle Royal last week, hoping to bounce back and garner some momentum. Jeremy Baltimore is feeling good about himself right now. Brings Jay Money up to his feet. Double axe handle to the chest. Double axe handle again. Ducks the clothesline, rebounds the big man flying through the air with a nice leaping lariat. Jay Money looking for refuge in the corner, not going to find it though. Baltimore immediately closing right in on him and going to fire off to right elbows again and again to the side of the head. Shades of CMV veteran Billy, former two-time light heavyweight champion. Kick to the midsection though. Money going to return with a package pile driver attempt, it was looking like. Remember Jay Money earlier this season injured Pierre Thompson with a pile driver off the apron down to the outside. We know that Jay Money's pile. Look at Baltimore now, mounted position, just firing off with these shots and a kick to the gut on the way out. Ryan Riley continuing to watch closely as Baltimore goes for a kick to the midsection, maybe setting up for the end, but Jay Money with a great reversal into a power bomb, and now the NGW champion, the Prophet, turning things around, hook to the jaw from behind. We've seen this before. There's the German suplex, followed up closely. Short arm lariat that just turns Baltimore inside out. The Ruthless Prodigy is in big trouble. Sizing him up for a stomp to the side of the head. Jeremy Baltimore definitely ruthless. But the NGW champion just as much with the butterfly pile driver now. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, Jeremy Baltimore with some big-time resiliency showing there. And Jay Money can't seem to believe it. I don't think anybody's kicked out of that yet when they're up against the Prophet. But Money able to stay focused now. Locking things down. Whoa! When this matchup was announced, I knew it was going to be good, but Mamma Mia, what a springboard cutter that was. You see the way that Jeremy Baltimore landed? Landed right on top of his head. Somehow he's still up, and look at that. Sky high pop-up. Spine buster. Baltimore turning things around in the snap of a finger. Like I said, he knows what this win would do for him. Could very well make him the next #1 contender for the NGW championship. Dirty heel tactics raking the eyes of Jay Money with the heels of his boots and a lifting reverse DDT to follow up. Ryan Riley doesn't look too pleased about what's happening. I'm sure he wants to help out his buddy, or maybe not. Either way, though, the Baltimore Barrage. Oh my God. That swing out face buster to the knee, fireman's carry. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Baltimore just knocked off Jay Money. That is a huge upset. And what a victory for the Ruthless Prodigy. Just pit the NGW champion clean. There is no way Baltimore didn't just earn himself a shot at the championship. Whomever in 2 weeks between Ryan Riley and Jay Money comes out as champion, surely Baltimore will be waiting for them. What a match and what a victory. Jay Money suffering his feet after that nasty fireman's carry face breaker early, right down onto the knee. Money was out. And I gotta say, Ryan Riley didn't exactly look too thrilled down like that. But now Money's momentum has been derailed, and that's good news for the prodigal one. Even better news for Jeremy Baltimore. All right, guys, up next here on NGW number 7, the action continues. A lot to get to, not to mention an Anarchy Rules match between Joey Diaz and Dylan Vincent, the debut of TZ as they'll be taking on Caleb Finch in a Rising Star title match in our main event when the Sin City Savior Cam Harris challenges Nicholas Hemmerling. The first one-on-one confrontation here between Reborn Jaden Shadow and Mr. Extreme. The two of these men involved in last week's 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal where the winner will receive the Rising Star title match in tonight's main event. Obviously, neither of them were lucky enough to get the W there, but hoping to bounce back and garner some momentum. So go get everybody. Where are they? Not even a Topher in sight. Not the first time that these two guys are meeting in the ring, though. About 3 weeks ago, tag team action. It was Joey Diaz and Jaden Shadow that took on Dylan Vincent and Mr. Extreme, with Vincent and Extreme getting the victory. But now a one-on-one, we'll see if the same got to be said again. Yeah, Jaden Shadow, since arriving at NGW, not exactly had the best of luck getting himself a lot of losses. So you know he's desperate to get a victory here today. At least, Joey, as long as you're here. It is indeed, Joey, up next. The Anarchy Rules, definitely about that. The night has already been chaotic. Things starting off and in-ring altering Chase Matthews and Shane Ridley that turned violent. And then we just saw Jeremy Baltimore pull up a huge upset in defeating Jay Money. Corey Myers is the greatest. Oh, speaking of money, look at that. I got to grab some of these. They don't pay me a whole lot here in CMV, you know. And here he comes arriving, like the badass that he is, of course, Mr. Extreme. Rolling in on his hog. And as a singles competitor, Mr. Extreme has definitely proved his short time in NGW to be a very opponent. It was a couple of weeks ago, he had a one-on-one shot against Nicholas Hemmerling, but unfortunately came up short. Mr. Extreme said even though he lost the Royal last week, his not off that Rising Star title. Yeah, he's got another shot. And that can start right here tonight if he gets Shadow. They only pay me in Troy Myers merch, and it's worthless. Mr. Extreme exhibits a very fast-paced, in-your-face style that so far has worked well for him. See if Shadow can hang with that here. Shadow, Extreme, one-on-one, and a win here for either one of these men. Definitely a step in the right direction. A step perhaps towards a Rising Star Championship opportunity as Perry White rings that bell. And we are going to get it on. Luthez press right out of the gate, like I said. As if a bull being let out of its pen. Mr. Extreme, no flies on him. And to the apron. Okay, changing his mind there. I believe he was going to try for a springboard. Now look at that. Tripped up by Jaden Shadow. These two apparently have issues because they are just tearing into each other. My goodness. Up to the second turnbuckle. The Reborn one beckons for Extreme to rise up to his feet. What is he thinking here? Throwing caution to the wind. Nice DDT. Mr. Extreme into the canvas. Trying to recuperate. Jaden Shadow tries to bring him up. Elbow to the midsection. Another Luthez. And those right hands just pouring down directly onto the nose of Jaden Shadow. And Mr. Extreme feeding off the energy for sure from the NGW Universe right to the outside. Eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Jaden Shadow, that Battle Royal last week, was the first man pretty early on as well, so you know he's probably a bit embarrassed about that performance, since I was escaping me for a moment there. Look at that, though. What agility by Shadow. Catching Extreme with that Hurricane Rana. And on the outside, got to listen to referee Perry White's count. We're already at 3 of these vicious knees digging into the side of Extreme's head. Goodness gracious. Count of 5, brought up to a vertical base. Jaden Shadow, maybe he realizes that a win is a win. Now throwing Extreme into the security wall, then back into the ring. Giving himself the upper hand out onto the apron. He is going to fly through the air. Waiting for Extreme to get up on his feet. Jaden Shadow poised and ready. Shot spear cutting Extreme down in half. And even though Extreme has a decent size advantage here, it doesn't seem to be helping him out thus far. Jaden Shadow, Irish whip off the ropes. Rebound's going to catch him. No, chest bump inadvertently. Back suplex. Jaden Shadow, even though he's the smaller man here between just as strong. German suplex now, turning Extreme around into a vertical suplex. Nicely done. Love this lag. So excited to have it back. I was starting to miss it, you know. I was saying, oh, we haven't had lag in so long. I'm itching for some good old lag. And Jaden Shadow, I got to say, in this matchup, doing a very good job using his surroundings as a weapon. Look how he dropped Mr. Extreme on the top rope there. Now goes for a single leg high knee. That would have ended very bad for Mr. Extreme, but sidesteps it. What reflexes? Then an inverted power slam kick to the gut. Caught, though, into a T-bone suplex or an exploder. And into the corner, Jaden Shadow. Feeling good about himself. He's wasted a bit of time here, though. Don't know if it's the best strategy. Extreme back to see. There's that single leg high knee, though. Jaden Shadow was waiting for him. That time he got it. Perfect execution. And now circling Mr. Extreme as if a shark in the water. Sizing up its prey. Smells the blood. Double boot stomp. Kick to Jaden Shadow's had just about enough of Mr. Extreme clutching. Big time reversal. Saving himself from sure defeat there. Extreme now kicks to the midsection. Second time will be the charm. Looks like the pump handle driver. Jaden Shadow drilled neck first into the canvas, and there are no minutes wasted here by Extreme. Extreme cutter. Laid out bare. Mr. Extreme dragging it by arm and leg, ensuring there are no rope breaks. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. Mr. Extreme a bit baffled by that, I gotta say. As am I. Jaden Shadow digging down deep there to get out of that one, and this matchup continues. As Shadow is brought up into a seated position. Punch to the gut of Extreme, now closes the distance. Oh, I thought he was going for an enziguri, instead turned into a head scissors. And Jaden Shadow looking around the CMV universe, the NGW crowd, asking, is this who you're a fan of? Is this who you cheer for? Missed the single leg high knee, though. Busy mocking, busy taunting, and then gets flipped off. Double bird by Extreme. Saying, yeah, I am who they cheer for. Better believe it. Couple of forearm smashes. Mr. Extreme building up a head full of steam. Off the corner there, big old clothesline into a bulldog. What a nice combination. And still not done. Jaden Shadow on spaghetti legs a second time. Mr. Extreme looks to bring it home with the pump handle driver. Shadow looks worse for wear. Mr. Extreme into the pin. 1. Just a 2 count still. Extreme looks to referee Perry White. Hands on his head. Can't believe it. Can't fathom it. Shadow definitely proving that he's got a lot left in the tank here. Mr. Extreme turns to the fans once more as he watches Jaden Shadow slowly but surely try to use the ropes, get back to his feet. Mr. Extreme stops him again. Lining up the shot. Jaden gets to his feet, unaware of what's coming. A second Extreme cutter. Directly into the pin this time. 1, 2. Mr. Extreme picks up the victory. Jaden Shadow, credit. Certainly hung around for as long as he could, and a great matchup put on between these two. But in the end, Mr. Extreme, a second cutter, executed precisely. Gonna get him the W. And a much needed W. And his venture to earn another shot at the CMV Rising Star Championship. The lights go down. Wait a minute, from the ramp, who's that? Brett Curtis! It's Brett Curtis, newcomer recently signed to NGW. The imp attacking Mr. Extreme as the lights went down. He didn't even see him coming. Bret Curtis attacking Mr. Extreme. What is this now? Trying for a vertical suplex? I don't know, but Mr. Extreme cutter. Here coming Bret Curtis, the attempted post-match attack, and then a suck at Mr. Extreme said, anybody want some? Come get some, baby. All right, well, gee, something's going on with my phone. I can't see chat anymore, but attempted attack there by the infamous Bret Curtis on Mr. Extreme. Not working out probably the way that he wanted it to. Extreme handing out those extreme cutters like goddamn candy on Halloween, but what a night for Mr. Extreme. Had to feel good for him. Just give me one moment before we get to this next matchup. I'm trying to get my phone to work. Don't know why it just randomly died. Unceremonious start for Mr. Bret Curtis at NGW. Why did my phone just die? What's happening? All right, GG. The Twitch app is exploded. I don't know if I'm. Am I live though? I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, it's working again. It's weird. Weird. But let's continue on the show, guys. Up next, going to be a good one indeed. Anarchy Rules arrives in NGW as Joey Diaz and Dylan Vincent look to add another chapter to their budding rivalry. It was Bret Curtis, Extreme, attempting to, I can only imagine, make a name for himself that are just recently being signed, but Extreme ruining his arrival. But let's continue on. Joey Diaz, definitely one of the hottest prospects we have in NGW, was a couple of weeks ago that he knocked off Dylan Vincent in a brutal matchup, and Vincent afterwards requested a rematch against Diaz, saying let's turn it up a notch and make it Anarchy Rules, which Diaz gladly accepted. And a win for either one of these men surely will boost them up the rankings. That NGW Championship, the prize that every superstar in the NGW locker room has their eye on. Of course, tonight, guys, still to come up next to the co-main event, the arrival of TZ Mass to NGW. He takes on Caleb Finch in our main event, the Rising Star Championship. Will be on the line as Nicholas Hemmerling defends against the Sin City Savior, Cam Harris. And a tweet here, guys, from Will Ford says, I don't need no Rising Star Championship. Look at my accolades in MMA. Openweight champ in Japan, 3-time featherweight champ in the U.S. I'm no Rising Star. I already am a star. Yeah, Will Ford currently 2-0 here in NGW. Seems to be quite full of himself. Here he comes, Razor Blade. Dylan Vincent, this kid has got a lot of fire, but unfortunately hasn't been able to properly use it. Joey Diaz, better of him. You know, Dylan Vincent, though, did get a tag team victory. We actually talked about it a little bit earlier. Alongside Mr. Extreme, they were able to beat Diaz and Jaden Shadow, but one-on-one, Diaz just seems to be the kryptonite. to Dylan Vincent. Hopefully looks to turn it around right here. Anarchy rules means anything goes. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to be victorious is by pinfall or submission in. The bad blood is overflowing. It's time to find out once and for all who is the better man between these two. Joey Diaz is ready. Razor blade, rev it up. There we go. Perry White rings the bell. And let anarchy ensue as Diaz just immediately unloads. Vincent snap to quickly, and an interesting back suplex setup there. Joey Diaz, back of his head. Dylan gonna get up to his seat on his own regard. Punch to the back of the head. Now into a front headlock, wrenching the arm. And then a leg drop to the bicep too. Not exactly gonna be feeling good. These elbows straight to the chest. Dylan Vincent having his way with Diaz currently, as now he's going right to the top rope, wasting no time. Going caution to the wind, perched high. Joey Diaz getting to his feet, unaware that Dylan Vincent's waiting for him. Oh, a senton attempt. I guess he got enough in the end. Took Diaz down, dealt some damage, but it looks like he might have hurt himself in the process. There's a pinfall. It's not even a 1 count, though. Remember, there are no rope breaks. In a normal matchup, that probably would have been a rope break, but Joey Diaz now trying to turn things around, spinning soul kick, cracking the ribs of Dylan Vincent. Irish whip off the rope. Him on the rebound with a snap German suplex. Absolutely beautiful. Dylan Vincent writhing in agony. Joey Diaz not giving him a second to breathe. All over him like peanut butter. Jawbreaker though. Dylan Vincent quickly takes back the momentum in his favor. Michinoku driver. You don't know what happened in there, all right? They could have just, maybe Xander just washed his back. Kicking out the shin. You saw that by Joey Diaz, but look how smart Dylan Vincent is, rolling to the outside. Joey Diaz says, suck it. Dylan Vincent getting under his skin. Northern Lights suplex as the fight returns to the ring. Got to give Vincent credit there for that wherewithal. Saw that Diaz was going up high. Now it is he with a DDT. Bringing down Diaz hard, man. Vincent so far in this matchup has been doing very well for himself. Diaz having a hard time keeping up. Irish whip to the opposite corner. Big knee to the gut. Going to take the air right up out of him. At the same time, out of broken that, holding the knee to the throat, making it impossible for Diaz to breathe. Snaps the leg now. Vincent wants to tie it up. 1-on-1 between them. If so, we'll have to get a... Joey Diaz not going to try to let that happen. Kicking out at 1. Great lag. Sorry about it, guys. We haven't had a lag in a month, but of course it's got to return here. Always got to rear its ugly head eventually. Joey Diaz looking like he may have gone for a low takedown, but Dylan Vincent instead going to fire off with a back suplex and a kip up, showing off his athleticism. Now goes legs. Ah, the brutal foot DDT. It actually is, in all sincerity, a nasty move. Could easily break your opponent's foot. Look at Dylan Vincent fire off. My God, what a slick combination. Diaz has had just about enough. Wrong time to taunt, though. Or maybe not. Dylan Vincent seems to be asleep on his feet. Forearm smash again by Joey. Leg kick. And the tide has turned as here goes Joey Diaz looking to use that no disqualification rule. What's he going to pull out here? Oh my God, a sledgehammer. And right down onto the quad of Dylan Vincent. And again, going to make it impossible for Vincent to walk. Dylan Vincent in big trouble, but still digging down deep to keep himself alive in this matchup. Drifting into the deep end, keeping his head above the water. I don't know how. Oh, shining wizard bulldog combination just like that. I don't know. I got to get Dylan. How is he even standing right now? Those quads got to be ironclad. Boy, Diaz still in it. Fireman's carry, drops Vincent overhead. Overhead punch, deflected. Strike of his own, now a takedown. You can see the hatred these two have for each other as Dylan goes off, collapsing down to 1 knee. Perhaps those legs giving out on him, but into a desperation pin, only a 2 count. Hands on his hips, Vincent breathing deeply. Both these guys have to be exhausted. But Dylan Vincent, swinging reverse STO by Razor Blade. In an instant, Vincent may have just secured himself the victory. 1, 2, 3. So close, but no cigar. Vincent looks at referee Perry White and says, I can't believe you got to be kidding me, right? No way that wasn't a 3 count. Very close, but Diaz, 2.999999 getting out of that one, soiling the dreams of Vincent here tonight. Hook to the jaw, and now it's Diaz. Big old waist lock, knee strike, the Rainmaker. Ripcord knee, whatever you want to call it. It is a knee straight to the face, and again, Diaz goes to, oh my God, pulling out a ladder. This ain't no ladder. Diaz looking to use that as a weapon. Vincent trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Now we're going to play the in and out game. Back and forth they go. Vincent makes sure Joey Diaz does not use that ladder against him. Goes for another knee to the midsection. Joey Diaz says, no way, my friend. Overhead, fair drop down onto his backside. Vincent now with the upper hand. Snapmare ladder. Elbows again to the chest. Vincent seems to have a much slower pace as he goes to the top rope once more. And Joey Diaz rolls on top of the ladder. Look at the way that leg is positioned. Oh no! Oh, Dylan Vincent went for a corkscrew. Just like shooting star press, a red arrow, but landed on the ladder. That could not have gone more poorly for Dylan Vincent. A huge risk taken and definitely did not pay off. Well, it paid off for Joey Diaz now who takes control. Dylan Vincent may have just lost himself, guys. Joey capitalizing again with the Rainmaker. Knee right up under the chin. And now Diaz looks to pull the trigger and finish things off. Vincent just cost himself this matchup. Gourbuster GTS, the versatile knees of Joey Diaz. 1, 2, 3, and Diaz is victorious. The miscalculation by Dylan Vincent hands the victory to Joey Diaz. Went for that huge risk, the red arrow from the top rope, but landed face first on the ladder. And Joey Diaz expertly capitalizes to bring home the win yet again over Razorblade. In all honesty, the matchup should have been stopped after Vincent went face first on the ladder. And here, we're going to get a great replay of it, guys. Great shot right here. Look at that. Bam! Face first on the ladder, and that's where it all went downhill for Vincent. Joey Diaz soon after hitting that Gourbuster GTS to secure the victory. And hopefully Dylan Vincent is able to recuperate, but that's an awesome win for Joey Diaz. Painted as the future of CMV with good reason. I'm sure we all know what Diaz has on his mind. A shot at that NGW championship. All right, guys, up next, it is co-main event time, and it is finally here, the arrival of TZ Mass to NGW. Probably one of the most hottest signings we've had in CMV recently, and welcoming him to the place with the future stars of CMV. Our created is Caleb Finch. A lot of pressure on the shoulders here of Finch. If he could soil the debut of TZ Mass, that would be a very big win for Mr. Finch, who has yet to get himself a victory since debuting in NGW some weeks ago. That includes being in the Battle Royal last week, and lately has been embroiled in a bit of a back and forth with Will Ford, who we saw tweet earlier tonight. Caleb Finch is definitely a very interesting competitor in the sense that he's smaller side. You might even be a cruiserweight, but a powerhouse. They might not think about him, but Caleb Finch is hard hitting. Pulls off maneuvers that you more likely see out of someone like Guri Sukhanov. See if they can use that unique ability of his to try to get an edge here over TZ Mass. Still to come tonight, guys, in the main event. Rising Star Championship will be on the line when Cam Harris challenges Nicholas Hemmerling. Huge night of upsets. The top of the show, Jeremy Baltimore able to knock off NGW champion J Money clean. And that has got to put Baltimore forefront for a shot at the NGW championship. We know that in 2 weeks at NGW episode 9, Ryan Riley will challenge J Money for the title. But after that, Jeremy Baltimore is looking primed and ready to get a championship shot. But look, you also got Joey Diaz, who's been on a roll lately. A lot of people chomping at the bit for that NGW championship, and I'm sure this man is in that line also. TZ Mass. He is here. So excited to see what Mass can get done in NGW and further on in CMV. Talked about how Caleb Finch has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. The hype is real for TZ Mass. Imagine if he takes the loss. That'll definitely derail a lot of momentum he already has coming into the company. But I'm sure suffering a defeat is the furthest thing from his plans. So here we go, guys. TZ Mass debuts against Caleb Finch. See if Finch can handle all the talk. I got to imagine he's been hearing it. It's been getting to him since this matchup. TZ Mass was signed. Finch got it well that this victory would do wonders for him. Look at the back and forth early on. You can see that TZ Mass is the bigger man. A bit taller, bit of a height advantage, but definitely bulkier. Back to the collar elbow tie-up. Caleb Finch going to take a hold of TZ's arm. Going to tear it out of the gosh darn socket, it would seem. Wrenching again and again. Caleb Finch not letting go, and TZ Mass can't find a way to escape. Now look at that. Taking out the knee. Bringing TZ Mass down. Caleb Finch continuing to work on the shoulder. Mass cannot find a way to escape here. My goodness. And now Finch. Good God, that arm has been made a prime target by Caleb. TZ Mass. Oh, walking right into a spinning side slam. All right, Caleb, I like the start so far for Finch. I got to be honest, I'm probably one of those people in the NGW universe that's super. Look at the strike. That's what I'm talking about. Holy crap, military press dropped into a European uppercut. I'm one of those people I was going to say in the NGW universe, so excited to have TZ Mass here. Maybe I didn't give Caleb Finch much of a chance, but he is dominating TZ Mass right now. Mass, though, trying to get an edge, and a big old knee going to do just that. Creates the opening that he needs. Dragged by the legs towards the center of the ring. Now propping Caleb Finch up onto the shoulders and into an air raid siren position right down onto the knee. I think I heard the crack of Caleb Finch's neck from over here behind the announce table. Irish whip now, and TZ Mass waiting for him on the rebound. Lutez press, grabbing him by the back of the head, just treating him like a rag doll. Look at that, stupid. And they try to crack open that coconut. TZ Mass with a ruthless game plan being employed here against Caleb Finch. Tries to close in, but misses horribly. That death perception by both men right now. Missing those punches up against the ropes. Caleb Finch using the ring as a weapon here against TZ. Slingshotting him back into the center of the ring, then a stomp down onto the knee. It's always a great strategy we talk about against bigger opponents. Go for the legs, take out the legs around their height and their weight and their power. Look at that! Caleb Finch! This guy is probably 150 pounds soaking wet. He just whipped TZ by the leg across the ring. Then a big old elbow drop. The likes of Andre the Giant. Mass with a trip up, nicely done. Doesn't allow Caleb Finch to keep control for long. And a desperation pin, not even a 1 count. TZ Mass, ooh, trying to edge out the victory. Not going to get it done there, though. Headbutt. Now rebounds the big man, trucking along, but oh, great game plan by Caleb Finch. I can respect that. I love that. Thinking man's wrestler. Unfortunately, though, TZ Mass not giving him any sort of room. Reverse DDT down onto the outside of those thin pads. Offered little to no support from the concrete that lies beneath. Pretty much just getting reverse DDT down onto concrete. Might as well be fighting in the street. Now back into the ring. Elbow by TZ. Caleb Finch trying to catch his bearings. Kick to the midsection. Countered. Nice discus lariat by Caleb Finch, who now has his sights set on closing the deal. Closing the deal, I should say. Barry White nearly got flattened with that launching belly to belly by Finch. Making sure there's no rope breaks. Oh my God, Caleb Finch, look at that. TZ Mass, who probably's got 50 pounds on Finch here with that waist-side slam. 1, 2, just a 2 count. Second away from soiling the debut of TZ Mass, but Mass showing everybody that he is not here to lay down and take a 3. Caleb Finch keeps control, however. Suplex, there's 1. Not finished. Deadlifting TZ Mass, who is just limp right now like a wet spaghetti noodle. 3 times. The power of Finch cannot be underestimated. Size be so powerful. Irish whip now into the corner. Caleb Finch slowly but surely approaches TZ Mass into the chest. Now Mass with a stunner. Out of nowhere. Holy crap. Stunner by TZ turns things around. And the blink of an eye. Caleb Finch, though, still with it. Still got enough left to hang around. Now a desperation pin by him. That TZ Mask is getting, doesn't want to allow that to happen. Elbow straight to the face. Caleb Finch rocked, and I believe TZ Mask may have just shot for Mass Effect. If he did, Caleb with a big reversal. TZ not allowing him to take control, though. Vertical suplex dropped into a neck breaker. Mass head hooks the leg again. 1, just a 1 count. TZ cannot afford defeat here in his debut headbutt. That'll send a message to the NGW locker room. Grabs him by the tights. Lifting reverse DDT. Caleb Finch now is fighting from below, trying to get an upper hand. Oh, another stunner by TZ. Caleb Finch allowed this to keep happening. Finch was in control for the opening parts of this matchup, but now it's all Mass and Finch. I think Finch just tried to go for a wayside slam again. TZ Mass, though, denies it, and now he lines up the shot. Mass Effect. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Caleb Finch kicking out. Impressive by Finch, who now looks around the CMV universe. He knows everybody's been underestimating him. He knows nobody's been giving him a chance, but that's fuel on the fire, baby. Big old body splash in the corner. Now a snake eyes Caleb Finch. Rebounds off the rope. Boot rebounds again. Still not done for a leg drop. Caleb Finch pushing back TZ. The momentum swinging in his favor yet again into the corner a second time. Approaches, and TZ is not going to like this. Just throwing him out of cheese. My goodness, leg drop. Leg drop, leg drop, leg drop, and Caleb Finch not done. If he just went for that wayside slam again, Mass able to... Obviously did his homework. Mass not a stupid man. There we go, though. Sees the opening to take the pin, but it's still only a 2 count. Kick misses. Finch gets out of the way. Great wherewithal. Dodges that wayside. Punch to the gut. Oh my God, they're not telling me. He's about to do what I think he's about to do. Caleb Finch with a hold of the tights. Left stride power bomb. Mamma mia. Absolutely incredible. Caleb, where does he get this power? 1, 2. No, but TZ Mass still kicks out, and now Caleb Finch is furious. Now he's livid. He can't believe that Mass able to kick out of that. I can't believe it. I can't really actually hit it. Now make sure he keeps the driver's seat, surfboard stretch, apply the knee digging into the spine while wrenching back on the arms. Can Mass find a way to get out of this? Yes, he can. Caleb Finch got to feel control slipping away. Elbow to the gut, sucks the air up out of him. Closes in a third stunner by TZ. Eyes glazed over now by Finch, guys. He's in another dimension right now. Lifting reverse DDT. This is honestly not even necessary. I don't know. He's off for the pin. I don't think Finch is with us any longer, but making sure the job is done. The exclamation point, Mass Effect, second time, and that will secure Mass the victory. I got to give props where props are due. I did not give Caleb Finch enough credit. What a performance, but unfortunately in the end, TZ Mass weathers the storm and is victorious in his debut. 3 stunners. Gonna send Finch home with a swollen jaw, that's for sure. Stiff here at NGW. There ain't gonna be no walks in the park. But an excellent victory. But wait a minute, from the crowd, Will Ford. That's Will Ford. We talked about how he's been having issues with Caleb Finch earlier tonight. He tweeted out saying that the Rising Star Championship is below him and apparently wants to back that up. Looking to soil the debut of TZ Mass with that spinning power slam. Referee Perry White trying to maintain order. Mass just went through a grueling match out, nothing. We're taking advantage of that. The former MMA competitor launching an assault. We saw this not go so well for Brent Curtis earlier tonight when he tried it on Mr. Extreme. TZ Mass trying to fight back with the fumes that he's running off of. Goes for a stunner. Ford though catches him, and the MMA artist gonna show off his submission ability with a half Boston Crab, and TZ Mass is immediately forced to submit. Will Ford, though, not content. Stunner! Stunner by TZ! Can we get some security out here to separate these two guys? Oh, no. Mass looking to make Ford pay big time. Goes for the Mass Effect. Will Ford with a slap to the temple, though, and a stomp to the chest for good measure. Will Ford making sure TZ Mass know that NGW... I like how Caleb Finch during that fight just slipped away like, nah. It's like, I'm not having any part of this, but we know the history that Finch and Ford have. But what a completely unnecessary attack there by Will Ford on TZ Mass. Joyous celebration after that win. Well, Will Ford has to go and ruin it. Well, like I said, DC Mass NGW ain't no playground. Some of the best in the world here. And these two men, it is our main event for NGW number 7, and the Rising Star Championship is on the line. Cam Harris been unbeaten these past couple of, well, he took a loss in the NGW Championship Tournament. First round, he fell out against Jay Money, the current NGW champion, of course. But lately, he's been building back up. 2 consecutive victories, Wizard, and that Battle Royal win and last week's main event earned him this opportunity. Can the Sin City Savior earn his first taste of championship gold? In order to do so, gonna have to get past the mighty one, Nicholas Hemmerling. And there he is, certainly knows how to make an entrance. Does Cameron Harrison. Cameron been waiting for this opportunity for over a half. He was originally, when the Rising Star Championship was first introduced, CMV was supposed to have a championship shot, but ended up getting injured. Of course, wouldn't return until this season when NGW came back. So Cam is game. He is ready. He is hungry. You know, next week we are set for triple threat action. Eddie Larson finally makes his debut as he'll be taking on Cam Harris and Stevie Wizard. Question is, though, will Harris be Rising Star champion for that matchup? We are about to find out. And here he comes, the CMV Rising Star champion. The Aussie. Nicholas Hemmerling won that championship about 4 weeks ago, knocking off Zach Smith. Successfully retained it 2 weeks ago against a game Mr. Extreme. Remember, guys, if he can retain tonight, he will then have the right to cash in the Rising Star Championship if he wants to go to either Fusion or Genesis and challenge for one of the mid-card titles on the main rosters. If he wants to. He could also decide to keep the championship and try to retain it for as long as possible and maybe become the greatest Rising Star champion of all time. But more likely than not, Nicholas Hemmerling is going to take that meal ticket to get off of NGW and try to Fusion or Genesis. But there's one on the line, guys. He has to retain if he wants that opportunity, if he wants that choice. And he is up against stiff competition. He is up against one of the best here at NGW and the Sin City Savior. Like I said, Cam Harris for over a year and a half has been waiting for this shot at the Rising Star Championship. Injury stole away that title match he was supposed to have. But he's back now, and he is ready as this Nicholas Hemmerling from Australia, one of the few Australian champions we've ever had here in CMV. The likes of Jeremy Blake comes to mind. The mighty one lets out a roar. Game face is on. Look at the championship, hands it off to Perry White, who shows it to Cameron Harris. Doesn't even have to take a look down at the championship. Full well what is on the line here. So here we go, NGW number 7, main event, championship. Cam Harris, champion Nicholas Hemmerling. Let's get it on. And right out of the gate, oh, but that backfired big time for Hemmerling as he rushed Cameron Harris and now is paying dearly for it. Not a great start for the champion. Excellent beginning, though, for Harris. Now reeling Hemmerling into a front headlock. Cameron Harris goes right for the legs with a shin breaker, and then into a dragon screw. Cam Harris is so dangerous the way he targets an opponent. Every single limb. Harris truly is the epitome of a total package, well versed in every single aspect. But I think Those educated feet are what you want to watch out most when you're in the ring with Cam Harris, especially that super kick of his. Nice snap and lateral press. I don't know if that was a rope break or if Cameron Harris just kicked out right away. Either way, the matchup continues. Nicholas, Irish whip, rebounds off the ropes. There's a super kick for you. Blasting Cam Harris into yesterday. Sending him back in time. Shakes those cobwebs, though. Knee to the face. You see that Cam Harris has... Oh! You see the way he grabbed him? Usually with a uranagi like that, you'll grab your opponent under the arm, but Harris wrapped his arm around Nicholas's throat, and then a little bit of a modified Porto end. Then that botched second turnbuckle. Cameron Harris, not what I would classify as a high flyer, so going up high, especially in a matchup like this, I wouldn't advise. But of course, I'm not an in-ring competitor. I'm just over here at the desk with my Mountain Dew. You know, beautiful reel him in DDT though. Followed by that Irish whip. The champion put into the corner. Cam Harris, knife edge chop, lighting up the chest of the champ like the 4th of July. Goes to the arm, nice takedown, nice defense. You know, Nicholas Hemmerling has a bit of an MMA background, so I don't know that you don't want to try to get down onto the mat with him. Don't want to wrestle with him. Cam Harris looks like he hurt his knee pretty badly, guys. Rise of the Star champion, we know he likes to finish off his matches with that Swanton bomb, but right there, that backfired. Oh, High Rank District, apparently a bit too expensive for the Aussie. Caught a face full of canvas, and there, the chest off the top rope, up to the top rope. Now goes Cam, and a Swanton bomb of his own. That did not land how it's supposed to. I think the ass of Cam Harris right down in the face of Hemmerling. Jeez, all right. That is salt in the wound, though. We're just talking about that Hemmerling's staple finishing maneuver. Rolling neck snap by the Sin City Savior. Now rebound. Seems like Cam Harris's game plan in this matchup is to be unrelenting. Just keep firing off at Nicholas Hemmerling, not give him a chance. Realize what's going on. Lateral press now by the challenger. Only gets him a 1 count. Nicholas Hemmerling, quick breather on the outside. Rushes back. I think doesn't want to give Cam Harris any sort of time. Now it is he who gets draped over the top rope. Nicholas Hemmerling turns to the CM Universe, the fans who are surely on his side. Got their energy to fall back on front headlock. Simple but effective vertical suplex by the Rising Star champion. Now to the apron, springboard crossbody right down across the chest and ribs of Cam. He is hurt for certain. Standing shooting star. Look at Nicholas Hemmerling, man. What a champion, what a superstar. Talked about Cam Harris is very well rounded. Nicholas Hemmerling, no doubt, hell of an athlete, very agile. How about that by Cam Harris, though? Goes for a pin, only a 1 count. Frequent pins by the challenger. Now he backs into the corner. Cam Harris waiting for this opportunity for over a year and a half. Not gonna let it slip away from him so quickly. To the top rope again. I guess I'm wrong because Cam Harris, oh my God, elbow drop right to the upper back, and I can feel the pain of that one just watching it. And now Cam Harris decides to get a bit cocky, pressing his knee back at the base of Hemmerling's skull, mocking him. Look to the jaw. Might have been a mistake, though. Showboating the biggest match of his career. Irish whipper to the corner, guys, and Nicholas Hemmerling might be going for that DDT of his. Did his homework, though. Oh, did Harris, and face first off the knee, swung off the fireman's carry. Lateral press again. Only gets a 2 count. Harris better start hooking them legs, baby. Rookie mistakes he's showcasing here in this matchup. A lot of high flying by Cam in this matchup, though. Not something you'll see very frequently from the Sin City Savior. Whatever he's going for here, though, leans up against the ropes, and now Hemmerling out to dry. Hemmerling's not quitting. Oh, God, dear Lord, the double knees to the back, just digging in like daggers, but Cam Harris has nothing left, running on fumes. Gas tank is just about empty, guys, but Cam Harris has got his opening. Can he do it? Gonna go for that hammerlock DDT of his. Nicholas Hemmerling unable to escape. Laid out into the pin. 1, 2. No, but Nicholas Hemmerling with everything he has left able to power out and for now keeps the NGW Championship, CMV Rising Star Championship, I should say. But how long, guys, can he last? Now busted open face first into the mat, and Cam is feeling himself right now. Nicholas Hemmerling can't afford to just keep going on defense. He's gotta muster some offense. He's gotta find a way to finish off Cam, put him down. You know, Hemmerling does have the champion's advantage. He can retain an counter or disqualification, but someone like him, I know Nicholas Hemmerling, but look at this, the dirty heel tactics. Cam Harris has no problem cheating to win. Oh my God, is he actually gonna do it? Nearly, but Nicholas Hemmerling continuing to not disappoint as champion, blood rushing down his forehead, and Hemmerling out of the corner. Nicholas Hemmerling, the mighty one. There's a reason he has that moniker. Big old DDT. That's when he knocked off Mr. Extreme with 2 weeks ago to retain the title. Will it be enough to keep down Cam Harris? Not even going to go for the pin, but instead a monkey flip thrown into the corner. And now to the top rope. Perfect positioning. Nicholas Hemmerling slowly but surely up high with the slow. Oh man, and Nicholas Hemmerling might have just written his own fate. Standing sea fire by the Sin City Savior. Hemmerling slip up. Has handed Cam control, but Hemmerling still fights. And Cam rolls to the apron, knows that he's got the opportunity to use the ropes to bring himself back up to his seat. Hemmerling. Nicholas Hemmerling recuperates. Forearm smash to the side of, Cam's head. And then a standing shooting star press. Actually, Shane Ridley was at the top of the show. I'll have you know, if you go back and watch, the stream's dead though. I guess Thursday night around this time isn't so great for people. Third standing shooting star in this matchup by Nicholas Hemmerling. And is there anybody as athletic as Hemmerling on the NGW roster? Well, athleticism ain't gonna be the only thing that leads you to the victory, as Cam Harris again scouting out the mighty one. A second hammerlock DDT. Cam rushes straight to the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Cam Harris is the new CMV Rising Star Champion. Cam Harris, a year and a half in the making, finally wins the championship. It was not easy, but Nicholas Hemmerling unable to defend his championship. The Sin City Savior, baby, gonna be going back to Vegas tonight and celebrating, I'm sure. A disappointing end of the night for Nicholas Hemmerling. One no doubt will be back. This is what really changed the went for the Swanton bomb, and Hemmerling hit him with a second hammerlock DDT. Look at that. Handed the championship he's waited so long to hold. Congratulations, no doubt, well earned by Cam Harris. All right, guys, as always, if you want to see more, make sure you do drop a follow so that you know when I go live. If you're looking to join CMV, we are on Xbox One. You are more than welcome. Exclamation point join in the chat. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. Exclamation point Twitter. Exclamation point Discord. We'll give you links to all of our social medias. But I will see you guys tomorrow for Genesis. Have a good one. Love you. Bye. Kisses. Toodaloo. Sayonara.